let's start with the college football playoff brackets and my full-on preview and full-on predictions. So here we go, the 12-5 matchup. Obviously, Oregon, James Madison. Kind of a bye game for Oregon, 21.5-point favorites. Again, JMU, good team, 12-1 conference champion. Shout out to the Fun Belt, packed up Troy. Their QB is the Sun Belt Player of the Year, Alonzo Barnett III, I believe is his name, Barnett. Really good running QB. I've seen JMU play in person. Obviously, Bob Chesney did so well that he got a head coaching job with UCLA. He'll be back coaching in this game at Autzen. Is coaching JMU all playoff long. Their running back, Wayne Knight, good player, ran for over 200 yards against Troy in that conference title game this past weekend. Nonetheless, still definitely kind of a bye game of sorts for Oregon. I expect them to win pretty easily. Bama, Oklahoma, pretty fascinating. The 8-9 matchup below that. You know, like Kirk Herbstreit said, Bama's kind of leaking oil right now. Early in the season, they won at Georgia 24-21. Their defense played great. It's probably the most under-discussed part about their team is just how fantastic that defense is. Justin Jefferson, Deontay Lawson, like all those guys, dude, they're so good. LT Overton's been hurt. He should be back. That being said, it's just a Bama team that's not playing with really any momentum right now after getting packed up by Georgia 28-7 in Atlanta last weekend. I don't know. I really like this Bama team early on. And Georgia is my pick to go very far. I won't spoil that yet. But Oklahoma, man, I don't know if it's because I saw them play in person a couple times this year. I just love that defense. Like Eli Bowen, the pick six against Bama to win the game. Remember, they played earlier this year in Tuscaloosa, and Oklahoma won. Tate Sandell, amazing field goal kicker, should win the Groza. Oklahoma's defense and special teams is truly elite. Like the Bowen bros, R. Mason Thomas, who didn't even play in that game against Alabama, by the way. He's arguably their best player. Had that scoop and score and stiff arm touchdown against Tennessee. He's great. I like Oklahoma at home. I know they're the underdog, but I'll take them in Norman on that Friday night to beat Bama. Maybe something ugly. 16-13, 20-16, something like that. But I'll take Oklahoma to win that game. Mateer, I love the guts that he plays with. Obviously, he had mid-season hand surgery on his throwing hand. Definitely not ideal. Really like Satania, the wide receiver. I can't believe that Jade Knott just hasn't played basically all season. That's very odd. Love Kip Lewis, the linebacker. So they got a lot of dudes, especially on defense, and I think Mateer will give him just enough. And Sandell, that kicker, if you get within 50, he's probably hitting it. So I will take Oklahoma at home with that defense. Indiana with the bye. Tulane, Ole Miss. The 11-6 matchup. Summerall still coaching for Tulane. So weird that, I've said it a million times, so weird that Ole Miss chose to not have Lane Kiffin coach in this game. They are begging assistants to come back, and some of them have to come from the LSU staff with Kiffin back to Ole Miss for this game. Again, the Ole Miss administration, you could have your greatest coach ever by a mile coach you in this game. They're choosing not to. They'll still beat Tulane. We already saw the game this year. I think they beat them 45-10, beat them by 5 touchdowns. Again, another bye week game for with the non-power Power 4, the G5, next year G6. Shout out to the Pac-12 being in this tournament. Ole Miss should win that. Miami A&M, to me, that's an incredibly compelling first-round matchup along with Bama, Oklahoma. A&M, I think, Cassius Howell, we all know him on the edge on defense, is really good. The trench play seems to be really good for A&M. Marcel Reed, up and down, but an electric player. We love Craver and Concepcion, the receivers out wide, the portal purchases this offseason. What Craver did against Notre Dame, 200-plus receiving yards, was absolutely bonkers. Him and Concepcion from NC State are so fast. That speed is pretty electrifying. Malachi Toney on Miami, completely electrifying speed as well. Which Carson Beck shows up, the one that throws 2, 3, 4 picks like against Louisville, or the one that plays great like he did at the start of the season against Notre Dame and makes clutch throw after clutch throw. Miami offense is a little clunky. Tony's got incredible speed. Reminds me of that Oregon Rose Bowl offense with Herbert that Marcus Arroyo ran under Cristobal, where it's a lot of screens and tunnel screens and pistol looks. It's just it's just a clunky conservative offense, but great defense. Isidore not Isidore, Mesidor, and obviously Ruben Bain, those guys for Miami, dogs. I remember watching that Notre Dame Miami game Labor Day weekend and being like, Oh yeah, these guys are for real. So that front seven's for real. Should be a slugfest. I'll take A&M because they're at home. Again, a lot of people saying A&M might be a little phony. They lost to Texas by 10. I think it's a really tough game. Texas is an amazing team. It's in Austin, day after Thanksgiving, incredible rivalry game. Texas with the chance to play spoiler. That was a tough spot for A&M. Texas is certainly a better team, but that was a tough spot for A&M, so I don't even blame them for losing that game. I don't know. Neither of these teams are going far after this round, but I would take A&M just because they're at home, but would not be surprised at all if Miami finds a way to win this as an underdog. I think Miami's a pretty good underdog team, but coming to College Station, that's definitely a tough environment. Okay, let's go to the top. That would be Oregon against Texas Tech. Amazing defense, obviously, for Texas Tech. Their offensive numbers are good. Their offense in general kind of clunky. Obviously, Will Hammond had to play the Arizona State game, and he was really good this year. Rescued them in the Utah game, but unfortunately gets hurt. Baron Morton, who was their original starter, he's been hobbling around. Like, even in that win over BYU the first time in Lubbock, he was basically playing on, like, one leg in that game. He looks really banged up. That said, he looked healthier and better in the Big 12 title game, and that Texas Tech defense, so BYU scores on the first drive. They're up 7-0. I don't even know if they crossed, like, the 40-yard line of Texas Tech after that. I mean, that's a slight exaggeration, but Texas Tech smothered them after that opening drive. And that defense is for real, man. Obviously, we all know J-Rod and Ben Roberts and Height and Bailey, and it's a crazy good defense, man. It's a crazy good defense. I love that Joey McGuire, longtime Texas high school coach, Baron Morton, fifth-year senior at Texas Tech, Jacob Rodriguez, fifth-year senior, from Wichita Falls, played all of his football except for 1 year at Virginia at Texas Tech. A lot of these guys are homegrown. Like, the portal purchases, very valid, but a lot of them are homegrown as well. Really like this Texas Tech team. That being said, I trust Oregon's offense a little bit more than Texas Tech's offense, and I know that sounds weird because Oregon's offense has been clunky this year, but if they get DeCorian Moore back and Evan Stewart back and Gary Bryant back, and they should at least get Moore and Bryant back, I trust Oregon a little bit more than Texas Tech. Also, I don't think Texas Tech's a fraud. I think they're very, very good. I mean, they're great, right? Like, they've only lost one game this season, Big 12 champs. It'd be nice to have seen them against an SEC or a Big 10 team, but I think they're great and very deserving of a bye. Conference champion. Again, that game's in Miami. I will take Oregon over Texas Tech. Indiana against Oklahoma. Give me Indiana. Best coach team in the country, in my opinion. The Sig 10, a.k.a. the Big Ten with Kurt Cignetti. 2 years ago, if you would have said Indiana is going to go from 3-9 in Tom Allen's final year, and Tom Allen did a pretty good job there, by the way, 3-9 in Tom Allen's final year to undefeated with a Heisman winner, in all likelihood Mendoza this weekend, wins at Austin, beats Ohio State in the Big Ten title game, finishes undefeated, the 1 seed. I would have been like, you're crazy. Cignetti's he's the best, man. He's the best coach in the game right now. I don't think anyone can dispute that. He is just the best, man. And by the way, they won that Big Ten title game pretty much without Omar Cooper Jr., who got hurt early on and didn't play in the game. Your man Charlie Becker going off for $126 in that game at the receiver for IU. So I will definitely take IU over Oklahoma there at the Rose Bowl. That'll be the Rose Bowl. Sugar Bowl. Let me see how I'm doing on time. I kind of try to make these videos/segments quicker just for the sake of consumption. Sugar Bowl will be Georgia against Ole Miss. I got Georgia big in that game. I think Georgia, again, I know Bama's leaking oil, as Herb Street put it, but that Georgia defense has the look, man. I mean, C.J. Allen, K.J. Bolden, Ellis Robinson, and then the dudes up front, Zero, and some of those other guys who are that safety who was blitzing the whole night, 24, 28. Like, dude, they have it going on. They have the look. Like, when Georgia runs plays on defense, like, they actually run plays on defense. Not just like, this is our cover scheme, not just like, 4-3 or one high safety, no safety. No, like, I'm talking they like run different stunts on defense all the time, and the players are communicating with each other, and they like the safety will blitz, and the corner knows the safety's going to blitz, and so he'll, look to make a pick. Like, Georgia runs plays on defense at an elite level. It's crazy. I mean, it's obviously the Kirby Smart effect and Glenn Schumann, the DC. Like, they got that look, man. They got that look. A&M against Ohio State. I think Ohio State wins. I'm just not sold on Ohio State's offense at all. I'm just really not. I don't know, man. It's they've played two good teams this year, right? For the most part. Texas scored 14 points at home in a game where the Texas offense did nothing. And Indiana, they scored 10. And that was indoors, right? Like, it's not like there aren't really any excuses here. Ohio State's offense, like Matt Patricia and Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese, Caleb Downs, McDonald Curry, those guys on defense are saving them. But on offense, it's not really impressive at all. He scored 10 points with Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith and Bo Jackson and Julian Sayin. Like, I don't know. I'm not impressed with Ryan Day's offense at all. I say they do get by A&M or Miami, but I'm not super impressed. Okay, so that's December 31st. By the way, Rose Bowl, obviously January 1st. Sugar Bowl and Orange Bowl, January 1st. So that will set up the Peach Bowl semifinal between Oregon and Indiana, and the Fiesta Bowl semis between Georgia and Ohio State. Oregon and Indiana. I think Oregon, and I'll do a full Oregon preview in just a second here. I think if Oregon gets those receivers back, that's a complete game changer for them. Like, the Oregon offense with DeCorian Moore at full strength, with Gary Bryant, and with Evan Stewart. I mean, you guys remember Evan Stewart torched Ohio State last year. Didn't play in the Rose Bowl game because he was hurt. Torched Ohio State in the regular season. Like, dude, he's that good. I mean, he's that guy. Former 5-star recruit, played at A&M for a bit. Like, he is that guy. So if Oregon gets all those guys back, it's a completely different offense. Again, it's been clunky this year on offense. 21 points against Wisconsin, 17 in regulation against Penn State, 18 with the last-second kick against Iowa. 13 offensive points against Indiana. It's been bad on offense at times for Oregon this year, but I think they can hit their stride and play like a national title team if they get those receivers back. That being said, I just got too much respect for Sig, man. Too much respect for Sig. They got the better coach and the better quarterback in this game. They've proved it all year long, Signetti and Mendoza. And their defense, too, is so sound. Like, dude, Aiden Fisher, D'Angelo Pons, Wyatt up front. I know that one of their top D linemen got hurt celebrating. I saw that video. It wasn't even anything crazy. He was jumping up to high-five some fans and came down wrong. Like, that's super unfortunate and unlucky. Again, that's the detriment of playing in the conference title game, is you got to get beat up against really good teams. Like, dude, that Rose Bowl against Indiana, or Rose Bowl game, Indiana might come out kind of flat. Seriously, they might come out flat. They're going to have had a month off. Some of their guys got hurt. Like, they might come out a little flat. I hope Cooper Jr. is okay. Again, like, they lost two of their best players in the Big Ten title game, that D lineman and Cooper Jr. I think Cooper Jr. will be fine and play in the Rose Bowl, but it's tough playing in that conference title game, man. It really bangs you up. All that to say, I just have too much respect for Sig, Mendoza, and the defense. I will take Indiana, the 1 seed, to continue their stellar season and make the national title game. Georgia, Ohio State. I like Georgia. The offense for Ohio State, again, I have not been impressed with at all. They haven't looked good against the two good teams they played. They did not look good, and Georgia's got that look on defense. The inconsistencies with Georgia are offensively. Like, I was looking at Georgia's, they got torched by Trinidad, won that game, beat Ole Miss 43-35, but Trinidad was on fire in that game. But he's a dual threat. And then Tennessee put up 41 on him, probably should have won that game if Stockton doesn't hit Humphreys for that crazy touchdown on 4th down. But Tennessee threw a lot of home run balls in that game. They hit like 3 to Chris Brazel, however you say it. They hit like 3 long bombs, kind of like when Jalen Hyatt went off for 4 touchdowns against Bama a couple of years ago and Saban. They hit 3 or 4 like home run ball touchdowns. It wasn't a ton of sustained drives. And again, like, huge shout out to Tennessee and Aguilar for making those plays. I thought Aguilar was going to win the Heisman for about 3 hours on that Saturday afternoon in September. But, I just think that Georgia's defense has been really good. Besides that, the issue is their offense inconsistencies. Like, Stockton can be a little streaky. I love that he's basically a running back. He's kind of got the pun intended bulldog mentality. He's got the visor. He's got kind of a running back face mask looking. Like, he is down to get dirty and run and bang into people. Hope he stays healthy. I mean, that was kind of the problem with Texas last year is Carson Beck was kind of a sitting duck. Pardon me. Georgia last year's Carson Beck was kind of a sitting duck in the pocket, gets hurt in the Texas game in Atlanta. So anyways, just Georgia's offense definitely inconsistent. But when they're on, 2 really good running backs, 2 great tight ends in Delp and Lucky. Young, who's their best receiver, hasn't even played for a lot of this year. Humphreys is coming on. He's really good. So, dude, they have a ton of weapons on offense. I think Georgia is the best team, amazingly coached on defense, and just like every single dude on the field seems like a 5-star athlete for them. It doesn't feel that way with really any of these other teams, maybe Ohio State, but everyone on the field for Georgia, it's like that guy is a sick athlete, like whoever it is. So Georgia against Indiana, and then you probably guessed it, but I will take Georgia to beat Indiana in the national title game. I just think they're clicking, man. They've only lost once all year. It was at home. They outgained Alabama. Played pretty well. Just got stopped a ton on 4th and 1. And again, huge shout out to Alabama's defense, an underrated part of their team this year. But that was Georgia's only loss. If they hadn't lost that game barely, we'd be probably talking about Georgia in a lot different light. If they were an undefeated SEC champ, people would be like, "Damn, they're gonna win it." The odds right now, by the way, pull these up. Odds to win national title. Ohio State's first. Let me pull this up. Ohio State plus 195, Indiana plus 320, Georgia plus 600, Texas Tech plus 850, Oregon plus 850, A&M plus 1800. Georgia plus 600 seems like a pretty good bet to me, man. That Georgia Ohio State semifinal, if it happens, should be an awesome one.